4364?
Yeah.
Man, there is just so much space in here. It's unbelievable.
Last week, we introduced our new tow vehicle and gave you a full walk around. Now that we've properly broken in the motor, we're excited to hitch up and take you down Florida's West Coast, heading all the way to the Keys next week. Even better, we managed to snag state park reservations along most of the route.
Seriously, how great are state parks?
So great, so pretty.
They're like
Peaceful,
my absolute favorite.
But first, let's get you up to speed on some fun mods. We installed the Tmat System to keep the truck bed organized. And since we've been getting a lot of emails about RV security, we're testing a ring cam hooked up to our cellular hotspot to see if it's a reliable option for keeping an eye on your rig when you're away. Plus, we unbox new mud flaps and show you just how easy it is to install the ProClip phone mount, something many of you have been asking about. We really appreciated everyone's comments and enthusiasm about the new truck last week, and that's where this episode begins.
I think overall that went pretty well. I think people are excited about it. I think, like me, people are sad to see the white truck go.
God, it's a good looking truck. Watch him just drive off.
And then they saw the new truck and they're like, oh, okay, well, maybe this won't be so bad. And the other big trending comment was about this fog light, which I think I'm going to be hearing about for the rest of my life. You know? So what that is a cornering light, so that when you turn the steering wheel, the light turns on and then it turns off. So just for the record, the knob guy was not involved with helping the fog light guy. That could be the other issue. Maybe the knob guy went around and he was like helping the keypad guy and he was helping the fog light guy, and they're like, you know, everyone's like, hey, here comes the knob guy, close the door.
Oh my gosh. I gotta go in and change. Today we're installing the Tmat. We're over here at Randy's, and he keeps his Class A in a RV garage. But it's so cold that I think I'm gonna have to ask him to pull the RV out, which would be fun. Maybe I could start it up and we can chat a little bit about that, and I'll back it out. That'd be kind of cool. He's got a Newmar Mountain Air.
Scott?
Morning.
Is that Scott?
No, we're gonna have to do an install without Scott for once.
What?
You are milking this for everything it's worth, aren't you?
Say, have Mark, don't worry, I got this.
I'm kind of excited to get this thing fired up. I've never actually driven it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you parked it in here, and I'm glad it's cold today.
Yes, it is cold.
Yeah, it's freezing.
So, yeah, we'll crank this thing up, and you can unplug it because it stays plugged in all the time.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
We'll let the airbags fill up, and we'll be ready to go.
Now that's... Oh, man, there's nothing better than that sound.
It's a bigger chassis, bigger wheels.
What's the horsepower?
450 on this.
450. That makes a difference.
Yes. You need it with this heavy of a coach. You know,
Yeah.
Because you're really into a bus chassis now.
Yeah, and how many feet is it?
43.
43 feet, 450 horsepower, and you're pulling enclosed trailer.
Yeah.
How many feet is that?
24.
24? Wow.
I'm no Trish
All
on
right,
this
there we
recording,
go.
so you know.
Put on the brake. Okay. Up over here. Reverse.
And take the
air brake off.
over there to your
Right
left.
here. Pull it out, right?
Yeah, pull it out. Yeah.
Or push it in.
Push it in. One or the other.
Okay. Good. Oh. Wow, there's nothing like air brakes, huh? Nothing like it. Wow, I forgot how much fun this is. There is really nothing like a Class A with a big diesel pusher and air brakes. And you just float down the road, right?
That's for sure. It does ride really good. And,
Well, there's no question when you're on the air ride, you're just floating down the road.
but setting up high, it's very nice.
So should I put the tail out that way?
Either way you want. I go to one side, then like get over to your left side, then swing the other way, so that way the wheels have a little more
like
room.
This.
Yeah, get over there.
A little bit.
All right, now you can go forward.
Drive. Oh, look at that turning radius. It's really amazing.
It has amazing turning radius, and if you just let go of the wheel, it self-centers, you know, which is really nice on these.
All right. Okay. Let's go to South Carolina.
I'm ready.
I think what I love the most is that you can't hear anything.
No.
It's just absolutely silent up here. So much space in here, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is big. You know, we can drop all of our clothes bags and stuff.
Yeah.
Washer, dryer. This, to me, was the #1 reason I bought this coach, you know. Having the square shower instead of the round shower.
Yeah.
You turn all the lights off in the bed when you're laying in the bed.
It's like a real door, too.
Then this cuts off. Since the slide's so big, a lot of times we don't want people looking in the bedroom. We can just pull it fully or however you want to do it.
Gotcha.
Let's don't get too comfortable.
All right, fine, I'll go camping. What did you say all the specs are again? What year is it?
2014.
2014 Newmar Mountain Air with the 450 diesel engine.
43 foot.
How many miles does it have?
Let's look.
And it's got obviously the Michelin tires, which look great.
Yeah, let me see. 48,279.
All right. Grab my truck now, pull it into the shop where it's warm and out of the rain. Randy's actually selling his Class A. I don't know if he's gonna have a listing or whatnot, but I'll leave some contact information down in the description if you're interested in a Newmar Mountain Air. It's a real nice rig. And Randy takes great care of stuff. Man, I figured that you'd have this opened and laid out and the instructions and I mean,
wanted to open
come
it.
on.
I wanted to open it. The lock's on the back side, so when you turn it over, you don't see anything.
Oh.
So it assembles and locks a certain way, and it's got a stop where it won't go all the way through.
Interesting.
So, very nice. Reassemble it, then put it in, or do you have instructions?
I'm sure there's instructions.
We're not gonna read them, are we?
It's been a long time since I've had a dirty bed like this. I tell you, those truck taps are nice.
It's a long handle, but
How do you handle this much handle?
So to me, I think I would build this the length first.
Okay.
You know, assemble 4 or 5 of them together, put it in, see where we end up close to the bed.
Yep.
So that way we would know if we can use these.
Yep.
And let's start that way. Our end's going in, I believe. So
that must mean it must need a couple of those on the front then.
yes. So this is going to be like that.
Oh.
Then this is going to
Yeah, and then one more on the end, and I'll bet it'll line up just
one more
about.
on that end up
Yeah.
there. So my only problem is I may have this backwards because you see this slot here? Well, this is smooth and this is going to be smooth. That's not going to work. So I need this to be over here.
Oh, I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And So our panels are gonna have to, I mean, we could have did the math and realized
Yeah.
we only needed 6, but
Yeah. Oh, you mean like how you assemble them here matters?
yes. Yes.
So they gotta be facing a certain direction.
And you can see I've made a mistake there. That one.
Yeah, because this has the male side and this has the female side.
So this back side is gonna have to be correct. So,
This is a Tmat installation guide here. They're common layouts, so look at how they do that though. That's,
see, once you get past the wheel wells,
yeah.
you can come out further with your back.
All the female sides on one side.
That's correct.
And then that means this side is all male.
Yep. So we got that right. So
And then that's 4 across.
So if we looked in that one book that you had, that's the ones that brought it out further in this back. So we're only going to be able to do, I believe, that one. These are going to go down the middle
Yeah.
of that. Let's get to work.
All right.
Who's going to do this?
You know, you're doing such a great job. You're kind of already halfway there.
I'm a lot better at holding that camera. And I think a lot of people would rather see you do a little work.
Step 1, find a friend with a shop. Step 2, find a friend willing to do the work. So this setup right here that you're doing, this was $379 for the system. And then there's add-ons that you would add on, like do you want things to hold it in place, and do you want the pegs, and do you want like the smaller pieces. But the base, the core unit was $379. Randy likes the idea of this ramp, but he only likes it when it's supported by the ribs of the truck bed. That way, when you roll something up, it's being supported. Because if you take it out here, then these push down. So Randy said, you know, if I was doing this on my truck, he'd probably just keep it here and then just screw it in and not worry about sliding it out. I'm gonna forego the sliding option because I would rather have more space with pegs, and I'd rather have it look a little cleaner and go end to end and not shimmy around than design this in such a way that I can pull it out. Then I can't have the pegs behind the wheel wells. Plus there's a lot of these pieces over here. Oh gosh, did we use them all? A lot of those thin pieces, the side pieces, we could just get rid of those altogether. I can order 7 or 8 more squares, and then everything will be more solid. It'll go to the edges, and then we could just use a saw and just cut it off right where we want. I don't have to use the little thin pieces. That already.
So that, like I said, this is what we were talking about with making out of the piece, because it doesn't have a male or female on the end.
It's for 2x4s. Let's throw that down there like that. Do you have a 2x4?
Yep.
You do?
Yep.
Oh, it's sitting right there?
Right here.
Put that there like that. All right. Does it work? You put your side on your side?
Looks like it works to me.
Well, and now you can make a rail, which is pretty nice. I forgot to tell you why I got the system to begin with. It was actually because of this. So one of the things that I was dissatisfied on the last setup is that these clamps, which I love, these are the Rocky mounts, and it's like a clamshell. It goes over the through axle. So it makes it very easy to put your bike on these things. But the problem was these Rocky mounts, little clamshells, were like permanently attached to my bedside. If I wanted to go pick up a piece of furniture, or even the wheels that I was dealing with. I went to Discount Tire with the wheels. I'm always like trying to get them over these bike clamps. So now I got smart and got this 24-inch mount. So now my thinking is, so I thought the Tmat combined with this was gonna be great. I could just put these pegs here to prevent it from rolling forward.
I would mount this into that and locate it into there.
Well, look at Tmat provides this little thing right here. So this will go into one of those little pegs, And if you can tell, I don't know if you can tell here, there's a little bit of a hex shape right here. So I can get a bolt, permanently attach this to the bottom. And then I can just set it in one of the holes and it'll prevent it from sliding left and right. You know, it doesn't need much, just one, just to hold in place, because the bikes are stable as it is. They're stable from left to right and they're stable front to back. So just one peg on the bottom and I can just set it down wherever I want.
All right, this install is going to be a to be continued. Randy and I took the Tmat and we set it out of the truck. I leaned it up against the wall in his shop. Just for now, when the smart cap arrives, we'll put it back in, and then by then I'm going to have the extra parts that I ordered so that we can finish, and then we can share with you the final layout that we did, and we're going to cut some pieces to fit. I think it's going to work really well. One of the things I wanted to mention is for those that have a fifth wheel, this would be a killer installation for your pass-through storage. I know when we had a pass-through storage, we had a lot of stuff in there that was kind of moving around, so this would make a really good floor for that. For those that don't have a spray-in bed liner, I could see this being a really cool, make the bottom of your truck smooth and flat, which I thought would be good. You know, it has the function where you can slide just based upon friction, just because you can just slide it. But I think I'm gonna, like I mentioned, I'm gonna forego that option because I'd rather have the Tmat go end to end around the wheel wells in the front and the back. I think it looks cleaner. So anyway, to be continued. Everything we're talking about in this episode, I'll link down below. If there's any promo codes, I'll definitely share them. All that stuff, just go down there and check it out with the Tmat. Now, I want to share with you the ring cam that we're testing. And then, of course, we got the ProClip, which is what I'm talking to my iPhone right now, and a bunch of other stuff. We're just getting everything squared away before we hit the road.
All right, so, you know, when Trish and I are on the road, we like to stop at Anytime Fitness on drive days and work out. And sometimes Anytime is located in a sketchy part of town, which I normally wouldn't leave the truck and trailer unattended.
Open up! I need to get my bump on! You need to open the gym right now!
And then there's other times where I'm concerned about, like, am I gonna be in the right spot? What if the parking lot gets busy or somebody needs to get out, I'm blocking someone? And I always thought it would be nice if I had a ring cam to keep track of the rig. And then of course there's other applications like how it was intended to be used, and that is for security footage. If I can mount one outside or see who's outside of the rig if someone's knocking on our door. So we have one of these inside cameras that I took from the house, and then I relocated it in the app to the Airstream, and then I connected it to our AT&T prepaid plan. So this is I think it's $55 a month. It's a corporate plan that's set on auto renew, and it's about 100 gig a month. And I was curious as to how much data would a ring cam take. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck? And so I installed this when I was here to detail the truck with John, so that was about a week ago, and I've used 1.86 gig. Not bad. And of course I wouldn't be using any data if we're in the RV. I think I would just plug this in when I needed it. So I mean, that's like negligible amount of data. That's fantastic. So I'm gonna keep you posted on this, on how it works. Like, is there an RV life application for a ring cam? And I know there's a lot of different options for security cameras, but we're kind of already in the Ring network. You know, another application for this, of course, is Charlie, so that when Trish and I are away, we can turn it inside and we can keep tabs of Charlie. And of course, we use our Micro Air Easy thermostat to control the temperature, also through our router. The Micro Air Easy Touch RV thermostat, okay? On the screen, it'll tell me the outside temperature. It'll tell me the inside temperature, but also tell me the outside temperature. For a lot of people that travel with dogs, this connects to your router, like a little hotspot in your RV, so that you can access it when you're away. So that's a great way you can keep tabs on what the temperature is and adjust the temperature from your phone when you're away. Now, it's important to mention that that ring cam is a regular plug, which means I would need AC power. So in order for this to work when we're away, like in a storage mode, I'd have to leave my inverter on. Now, considering we got 1,000 watts of solar on the roof, it's not a problem that I leave the inverter on. But if you don't want to do that, then you'd have to find out how you can run a ring cam off of a USB so that you can get it from your 12-volt system and not your AC power, so you can leave your inverter off. That's something to consider. I don't know if a USB power can support a camera, so there's that to think about. These are Duraflat. Trish, you remember when we were at the Harvest Host in Ohio, and they had the dogs there, the German shit, they were the police dogs?
Yes.
Okay, that's where we met Jim. And Jim was showing me his truck, and I said, hey, what are those mud flaps? Those are really like stout. They looked like they were like high quality.
Yeah, those are really big.
Awesome.
Yeah. And you know what I like about them? They're just clean.
Yes.
And that you're saying they go in the same holes?
Yes. So you don't have to drill anything. The 3 holes on the bottom are the same holes. The one on the top is just a little piece of stainless that you stick between the bracket and the well and bolt it on, and they're butter.
I like it.
He said they're Duraflat. I just tucked it away. This is years ago. I just tucked that away. Now that we have the truck, I reached out to Duraflat, and I think you could see the quality, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so some things that happened a couple weeks ago. I went to duraflat.com. I looked at the installation instructions. I highly recommend looking at the installation instructions before you order and get everything figured out, because of the offset of these wheels and where you measure from and things, I actually ended up grabbing a piece of cardboard, and then I cut out that cardboard to the dimensions that I wanted. And then I used those and I filled out this form on like how many inches from the ground, how many inches from this factory bolt, and all these things. And then I put that information on the form and then submitted it with the order. And then they'll make a custom flap just for it. And then I think this is like a metal weight. You could do all sorts of designs on the bottom of this. Like we could have put like KYD. We could have done like black. I just did black powder coat. But you could do silver, you could do mirrored, you could do anything you want. I could say like Trisha on one and Ann on the other. Trisha Ann. Look at that. Man, that looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go see what it looks like.
Regarding the mud flaps, Trish and I will finish that install as we hit the road and we start heading down the West Coast. They got tied up in some winter storm as they were being shipped, and I couldn't get to them, couldn't get to the install this week, so we just did the unboxing. So I'll provide more information on that, because there's a bunch of information I actually learned about mud flaps, which I think is pretty interesting. So let's talk real quick about a phone mount. So for a phone mount, I use the ProClip. This is the mount that came with the F250 in the year that we had. And this is the new one that they have that just clips right here on the edge right here. The way that they work is that you buy a mounting part for your phone. This is for the 14 Pro, like that. And it fits with my wallet, which is what I like. And you buy a part to fit your truck. Now the advantage to this is that now that I've got a new truck, all I had to do is change this part, and I get to keep the part that holds my phone.
This is the new clip right here. And this should line up just like this. You see that?
The reason that this is such a smaller form factor is because in the 24 to current model dash on the F250, they just have this ridge. Just like that. Maybe it just needs to be on the driver's side to look better. Yeah, I suppose it needs to be here. How's that working? Does that work all right? All right, a couple final thoughts about the ProClip. On our last truck, we actually had a mount that was angled toward the driver, so we kept it on our passenger side, which I felt like was a good location for it, because Trish was doing the navigation and then she could easily reach for the phone, and it was angled toward the driver so I could easily see it. So I might figure out if that's an option with this truck model. The other thing you should know is that if the person you travel with does not have the same exact phone, then this might not be the best solution because this is specific to the phone. What I like about having a mount that's specific to a phone is that it's just easy to bring in and out. You know, I'm not messing with it. I'm not adjusting the size to make it fit. So there's that to consider. And then ProClip saw the video last week and noticed that I was using a ProClip, and they reached out and offered 10% off to the community. So check that out. In fact, Tmat also offered 10% off to the community. And so all those would be down below. Typically the promo code is KYD10, so give that a shot. I'm looking at 1,400 miles now, so I think this engine is ready to tow. As you know, diesel requires some break-in period before you start towing. But there were some comments after last weekend's video that with a 6.7 liter diesel and the Airstream only weighing 9,000 pounds, that's really not enough weight that's gonna put any amount of tension on the motor. And I tend to agree with that. And it's not like I'm gonna hook up and like race people off the line or go, you know, grind up a 10% grade. Those don't even exist out here. So I think I would have been all right anyway. But you know, it's good to just do what you can to do the, you know, take care of the truck. So we're excited to hook up. More to share on that and get on the road, share some travel videos. I'm sure some people have been looking forward to those. Trish and I have been too, but we kind of like it all. I like the technical stuff, I like the truck stuff, I like the mod stuff, I like the travel, the campground. I don't know, we like it all. But we completely understand that some people tune in for just certain type of content. So if you like the travel, the wait is over. We'll catch you next Sunday. Bye for now. No, we're gonna have to do an install without Scott for once.
What?
Look, when we put the smart cap on, we'll definitely watch Scott do it.
Yes. Yeah, this is, I did not read the fine print here.
I was just listening to this podcast or a show or something, and it said if guys really like each other, they're gonna insult each other. And I must love you. I missed the punchline on that. I should have said, you must love me.
Yeah, that's true. You got it all backwards there. What's wrong? You're slipping.
You need a hand?
I got this. That's what I'm here for.
Man, you didn't take you long at all. It did not take you long at all.
We're getting there now. It's like a Rubik's Cube or something.
It is.
It's not that difficult, but for some reason.
Say goodbye. Oh, I can't. I don't have a horn. Put the soda all over these fenders, and I don't want to put the mud flaps over that.
Oh dear.
You know?
Yeah.
And just have it kind of permanently there.
No, sir. Okay, what are we gonna do then? Let's open up this box.
Let's open it up and kind of like dry fit them. Make sure I have all the tools, everything I need, kind of see what the process is.
Let's do it.
You're kind of blocking the camera. Come here, look at this. Oh, he knows. Hey, can you kind of step aside? So we ended up getting this color to match Charlie's fur, so it just didn't look like it was covered in dog hair all the time. It actually seems like it's pretty decent quality. Look at this. It's got kind of a rubberized bottom, a canvas side, and then a sheepskin top on a memory foam mattress. And I think it basically fits in here. Absolutely. Wow. Look at that. Charlie, you are gonna love this.